Twin Souls. Welcome to the energy check-in for the twin connections. Today we're going to be focusing specifically on the masculine. I'm going to do a in-depth reading on the divine masculines due to the energies that I've been feeling and that I've been picking up for them. I did have some channel messages as I've kind of been sitting, because in all honesty, I've been feeling a little bit disconnected from the masculine myself. And I think this is a good sign, feminines, to be honest. So I want to tell the feminines, keep going. I think the masculines are definitely experiencing this. And today, as I'm recording this on a Saturday, but tomorrow's is when I'm posting this, and it's 9:19, which comes down to a 10, which is a 1. But either way, it's burdens and endings of cycles, but also alchemizations happening, also with the 1 and the 0 being the Fool. And so there is a point 0 in the connection where it puts the masculine and feminine in opposite directions, while there's a clearing of karma, and there is a lot that happens in that space. And so there is that space where you kind of just don't feel each other at all, which is a good thing for the feminines, I feel, but also no, it's good for the masculines. So my channel message is here: DMs can't feel you in the 5D. And I feel that very strongly. They're looking and searching, and they can't feel you. I think for some of you guys can be dreaming or maybe getting messages outside of yourself, where you have either friends or family coming to you. If they're those who are tapped in, they'll reach out to you amongst those people. I feel it in the 5D though. Maybe for some of you it's happening in the 3D, but I do feel they're asking and they're looking and they're searching. So this is a good thing. It's taking them deep within, increasing curiosity of the feminine. And that's a good sign when they are increasing the curiosity of the feminine. So you've built enough high priestess energy where you kind of gone silent, and now there's curiosity increased within them. And the increase in curiosity just signifies the curiosity of the journey and the void. So this brings them back to their attention to themselves, and doses of dark night of the soul, internalizing, very, very deep contemplation, hermit energy being experienced right now. You are always on their mind. So this is what's really putting them into these doses of dark night of the souls internally, because now it's like a bit of an obsessive energy. So energy of obsessive thoughts and attachment, activating the third energy of oneness. So that third energy is being activated now without it needing to be activated through sacral or sexual. It's being activated in a different way right now, is what I'm picking up. And cut cords. So masculines need to cut cords daily to people and situations draining them. And I feel this is what's really happening. It's this need, this tapping in makes them very exhausted. And so experiencing high energy of ascension causing exhaustion. I feel tears. I feel tears from them. I feel them being more emotional right now. And it's almost like I don't know what to do, and they're trying to find their way within this energy. And the curiosity, like the void of you, builds the curiosity of the journey, which builds the deeper curiosity to oneness with source, which brings them to their faith. So it's a lot to handle for the divine masculine. They are needing to ground from the low energy. So masculines, don't doubt your choices. Don't doubt your choices right now. The true connection and frequencies that your heart has been desiring, and you've been avoiding and neglecting the very parts of yourself that truly want this freedom. And it's time to release the guilt. So that is the channel message I got for the masculines. It's a moment of really releasing the guilt and And it's really all by the feminine pulling back. So let's see what the major arcana shift is for the masculines right now, Spirit. Let's now go into the cards and see what else I'm guided to add to this channel message and this channel energy of the masculines. Do stay to the end, my feminines, because you guys know how much I do want to pull this card, and because I really am picking up this energy where you're embracing your energies. You guys know these cards give me like the best messages for the feminines. I always find them so deep and beautiful, but I will give that at the end, so please stay tuned. So let's see major arcana for the divine masculines right now. Full moon is on Monday, so these energies are definitely strong. Here I live on the east in New York, and I live in tall buildings, so it's very rare you'll get the moon. I get to see the moon, and last night was beautiful because it was actually there's a tall building next to me. I'm on the 5th floor, and the moon was right directly into my window, so I was able to see it in my while I was sleeping in my bed, and that was really nice. It literally felt like a charge up of energy, so it was so nice. So I'm excited about that. All right, let's see, Spirit. I'm focused. Masculines. What is the major arcana shift for the masculines? Yep. I mean, talk about review and contemplation. This is judgment. You've accomplished a great deal in your life, and you have much to be proud of. Now it's time to decide what's next. As you contemplate the past and the present, you'll get clear on your divine life purpose. Don't be distracted by conventional thinking. Be the real you. And that's what it is. It's like they're needing to really dive deep now into this contemplation. The contemplation is deep. That's what I'm feeling. That channel message I said. Yeah, see, doses of dark night of the soul, internalizing very, very deep contemplation, hermit energy. And it's really a time, it's so much of a mirror being happened. Yep, and there goes that high priestess energy in the bottom. I almost knew to flip, because to look under the bottom of the deck, because I feel this high priestess energy, and I feel this is also the feminine taking back this energy, which makes them now embrace that feminine energy of the high priestess. Like, they know you're in this energy, and so what they're getting, and we got this last week, when I did the readings of feminines in high priestess energy. So it makes them go within. It's everything about the in. And so this is about really taking time to be quiet and reflect upon the desires of your heart through meditation. They have to be quiet, and they have to be alone, and they need to reduce the noise, and this will bring them to the understanding they need, and I honestly, what they've been yearning for a long time. So let's see what's in the masculine's heart space. Those children, some of them may be dealing with inner child wounds. Lots of reflections there. So Spirit, what's in the masculine's heart space right now towards the journey? What's in their heart space towards the twins, the feminines? You deserve love. Wow, you are lovable. I mean, need I say more? We want them to come to themselves, and now this is the journey. The journey has always been about what we deserve, and our connection, our oneness with ourselves, our oneness with Source, and that we are love. We are love first, and that is the highest vibration that the soul has come here to really find again. Remember, this world really conditions us and forgets us, and we forget to tap into this purity of love and oneness. And this is what's being reflected, that they deserve love, and how what they have in their outside world is a reflection of what they feel they deserve. And this review and contemplation, it's to now clear that. They have to really align to this purpose of what this ascension vehicle, the twin flame ascension vehicle, essentially is. And it's the hardest ascension of any other ascension. It's a very difficult ascension because it has so many different activation points, and it's a really fast ascension. So it can go dark very quickly, right? And you guys know that. So that's why I feel doses of dark night of the soul for the masculines, because this is bringing them back to themselves, and they haven't gone within, right? We saw the high priestess. This is what they avoid. Masculines live in the outside. They don't live in the inside of themselves. And that's the energy of 2, which is balance. The energy of duality with the high priestess. All right, so let's see what their spiritual journey transition is. What is the masculine's soul transition right now? What's the masculine soul's transition? Of course, healing light. Imagine yourself surrounded by an amber light enveloping you in love, compassion, and protection. Let all unwanted thoughts and circumstances melt away, and the mental clutter. Be careful of spending too much time in your headspace, which leaves you little room for real clarity to present itself. And then, of course, karmic lessons. Soul incarnate into the human experience to resolve past life experience. Work through any painful lessons and turn them into an opportunity for growth. And so this is an illumination of healing light, and I love that the healing light is here. I don't always get this card. And so this is an opportunity to really embrace compassion towards themselves. It will come with this mental clutter, which is the doses of dark night of soul that I feel that they're experiencing internal. It's in the mind. And of course, transformation here in the bottom, because here you are shedding layers of your life, some relationships and external factors that no longer serve your highest purpose and must fade away, which is that channel message of cutting cords. So, this is definitely a time for the masculines to spend this time to do this healing light. I think it's the healing light, it's the activation of what's being given as well. So the guides, all these transits in the cosmos are also providing this light, which is what I've been experiencing with my own ascensions every time. And they're gonna feel it, and we're all gonna feel it in different ways. So actually, I want to pull one of these. Let's see what the masculines have to surrender. Sorry, what does the masculines have to surrender? I was gonna pull this at the end, but I kind of want to see it now. What are they surrendering? The masculines surrendering. Surrender stubbornness and surrender to non-action. So if you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. And the surrender to non-action is now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. And this is again that hermit energy, that high priestess, the contemplation. Here in the bottom of the deck is the surrender your fear of change. And the universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of change in your job, your health, or relationship, or you fear any aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. And that's that energy of the guilt. The change gives them guilt. This could be relationships, connections they've been loyal to, family. But that will require them to really see it's to see it for what it is. All right, what else for the masculines? Oh my goodness. Base chakra at the end. These are a lot of energies. Okay, so here we have the triumph and wisdom. Yeah, determination, rerouting themselves, this wisdom here, which is the Hierophant. This is a lot. This is 5. 5 is change. This is a lot about the strong attachments, I feel, belief. So we're always knocking down those strong belief systems. I think with the Chariot here, they know that there is a need for change in the outside and they need to take action, right? Action is necessary, but because we have the stubbornness of, you know, to surrender to non-action, I feel is learning to respect the delays, because what's being shown to them is going to take time. And I feel like it's needing to teach them patience. And of course, we have the heart chakra. We have the 5 of Pentacles. They really are feeling this. Like, this is not going to be easy. Yep, another 5, conflict and defeat. So we already have 3 5s here. 5, 5, 5. Lots of change. We have the 3 of Pentacles here with recognition and reward. The 9 of Pentacles. This always shows up. It doesn't matter which deck, you guys. Like, you guys know the 9 of Pentacles for the twins, and this is the solitude. This is learning the independence within the 3D world. We go through this journey to have our own soul journey, and then we awaken to the twin flame connection when activated with this ascension vehicle to really make changes. Like, this is actually supposed to be the blessing. It takes a while to see how much of an alchemizer we are, that when we awaken, when we get illuminated to who we are, and now we can transmute our 3D world. And now we realize, like, that's the beauty of the spiritual journey, where your soul awakens to your ability to alchemize, your connection to source, and your power as a strong soul. And then of course the heart again here with the Ace of Cups, right? Self-love. This is a need to learn and nurture this place of our heart, because they have the heart chakra, and really cleanse our waters. And so it really is a time for them, which is the number 1 magician energy too. And then we have the base chakra. So there's a lot. Yep, 9 of Swords here, suffering in silence, which they are. This is not an easy space for the masculines, for sure. We're going to clarify some of these energies. Let's see what this Chariot spirit, give me more on the Chariot. I really do feel they hate the delays. Ace of Cups, more heart space. This is really putting them in this heart space. And how they show up, yep, there goes the stagnation, stalemate, and indecision. So the stagnation, the delays of what's going to happen, the non-action is for the change. And it's really bringing them back to this heart space. We're confirming a lot about the refreshing of their waters, the deep oceans, the depths of who they are, and really seeing themselves with the number 2, High Priestess, right? So duality. And this is, again, the Chariot is the duality. You know, in the normal tarot, you have the dark and the shadows, but I always associate the Chariot card with the moon, and it's in this deck too, where you see the dark, the shadow, and the lights, and it's mirroring, like facing each other. So it's the mirror of your shadow and light within the moon, the depths of you and the illusions. But when we conquer the shadow and light aspects of ourselves, of those depths, the Chariot is the transmuter. It's the take action, it's the determination, and it's the conquering of both those, and how we show up in the outer world. Now we're in the 3D where we can actually take action. But right now there is a delay with the 2 of Swords, stalemate, because, you know, there's a lot to think about. You know, perspective with this review and contemplation with judgment. So give me more on this wisdom. And there goes the restraints, the strength card. you know, the ego here doesn't surprise me. Wow. And then the Emperor in the bottom. So strong masculine energy here. This is a lot of the ego that is being revealed. And again, those doses of dark night of the soul is where the restrictions are, because we do have 555, and the masculines are needing to also learn to restrain themselves versus to react. And this is a downtime. And so instead of catering to their ego, they're learning to restrain that and not needing to really react out of their old usual ways. The stubbornness, right? So we have here stubbornness. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance, right? We're talking about that rigid stance about something. Gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This is a state of observation with change. So they have to release some of that stubbornness that they have, because they can easily go back to their old ways, right? They can do the fives all year round, all day long, but it's not changing anything. You know, so this is bringing them back to themselves. So Spirit, give me more on this heart chakra. How many times do I tell you guys the Nine of Pentacles? Like, this Nine of Pentacles from this deck shows up almost in every read, and I'm not surprised. This journey has always been about what you deserve, right? We were talking about what you are, love. Remembering source, tapping into our heart chakra. Source lives in the heart, the highest vibration of love, knowing how to bring that soul journey, that oneness of the heart and the recognition of our spiritual self, our multidimensional self into this 3D world, and then living it out here, knowing how to transmute that and show the way. We are being an example, right? You are an example every day. Yep, transformation. There goes that transition, the death energy. This is definitely a lot of change for independence. They're going to be so different, you know, once they settle into this energy. And the masculines I'm picking up on today definitely are feeling the void, because now they're in the heart, and then all these fives. So give me more on financial material changes, Spirit. There goes that High Priestess, right? Hidden knowledge. Wheel of Fortune in the bottom. And I just feel this is the five. So High Priestess, again, it's also the feminine's pull back. So you've pulled back the energy, which is the feminine holding the hidden knowledge. And the hidden knowledge now makes them deal with the change, because now they don't have your knowledge, they don't have your energy, they don't know what to do. Now they need to figure it out, tap into their own feminine energy. High Priestess, this is what I'm saying, this has a lot to do with the 5D. They can't feel you. They don't have your knowledge. And now they're lost. And they're looking and they're curious. They're curious. It's build curiosity. Let's see what this Three of Pentacles, recognition and reward. Again, more fives. And the Hermit. I mean, this is to tap in, to recognize, to recreate, to see themselves. Five of Swords, again, the five, the mind games, the control, the stubbornness they hold, their old patterns. It's a true soul searching, right? Because we're still in Virgo season, almost coming to an end, but Hermit has been a theme. Now we have 999. I just told you I'm posting this on 919, and 919 comes to a 10. So closing of cycles, but a lot of ones as well. So alchemization, and the point zero of the twins, really dealing with themselves. Judgment in the bottom again, karmic review. which we had here, the karmic lessons, right? Souls incarnate into the human experience to resolve past life experience, work through any painful lessons, and turn them into opportunity. So now we get to turn this wisdom that's coming in, this knowledge, High Priestess energy for during this change. There's hidden knowledge to be able to transmute this energy. And such a mirror. So let's see what the Nine of Pentacles here is. Spirit, give me more of this Nine of Pentacles. I mean, Wheel of Fortune is back. It's faded. This is what they came here to resolve. And everything is going to change. We said the 1 and the 0. So the 10 again, right? 919, as I was explaining, becomes a 10. And here we are with the 10. So this is definitely a destiny coming here. The wheel is turning for the 1, where it's giving them fresh emotions. And I feel clarity. No more confusion. It's to release confusion. There is healing light for sure, being surrounded by the masculines. Give me more of this Ace of Cups. Oh, Page of Cups. Ah, my goodness, you guys. Ace of Cups with message of love. This is the Page of Cups and the Two of Cups. Divine love. Awakening the heart to the purity of unconditional love, your divine partnership. And also the dualities, because we're talking about the number 2, High Priestess shown twice, the hidden knowledge of duality and partnership on the spiritual realm, because we're talking about 5D. So tapping into that 5D energy of oneness, right? We've got Magician, oneness, spiritual realm, and your ability to alchemize. And the lessons were all for this turning point in life. This is beautiful energy. It's gonna be painful. This is not easy because it's really a lot of Hermit energy, a lot of heart space, a lot of emotions, a lot about their waters. But this is tapping into their oneness, connection with source, connection with the twin flame, High Priestess energy of the feminine, and really illuminating change with all these 5s, and then of course with the 10s. So there is definitely a lot. So let's see what else, what other messages and guidance can you give us about the masculines? What else can you add, Spirit? Let's see what else we get now. Yep, crossroads and masks. They need to surrender here in the bottom. There is a surrendering. And again, the crossroads is that stalemate. So dropping the ego, right? The stubbornness, the mask. We have the Strength card here. The rigidness of themselves, needing to observe, surrender to this journey, the crossroads where they're constantly not knowing what to do. A lot of illumination. What else, Spirit, for the masculines? Yeah, and then closing of the cycles. And there was that bound energy. You know, they have to release. It is the 5s. These cycles must end, and it's in a surrendering energy of what this next activation and cycle of their ascension will be. It truly is a timeline shift because it's so much in the 5. This energy is living so much in the 5D. So let's see what some blockages are for the masculines. What else are the blockages for the masculines? Again, karmic, staying is toxic. This was a lesson, leave. This is definitely karmic cycles. Lots of 10s here. This is everything about cycles, closing 10s and 5s. they need to really deal with this and embrace this part of the journey's, the lesson, their ascension. This karma is part of the journey. It will always be part of the soul's journey, whether in the twin flame ascension vehicle or in a different ascension vehicle. This is how we become, we learn. This is all about learning our union to source and our union to ourselves, the Christ consciousness within ourselves, the 5D consciousness within unconditional love, the elevation of the way you operate now on a soul level, leading to authenticity. So let's see, this is the self-parenting oracle deck. I want to see what is the guidance for the masculine spirit. What is the guidance for the masculines in this situation? This is not easy. So here, it's now safe to let go of survival mechanism of ignoring my own needs in order to serve as the peacemaker. And this is what I was saying, that channel message of release the guilt. Serving their survival mechanism of ignoring my own needs in order to serve as the peacemaker. There is guilt here. And I choose to remember that when I make a habit of both recognizing and meeting my own needs, I discover the strength required to fortify by tension so that I may serve as a loving guide through the experience of conflict. This is finding their own voice as well and not being victim, because the avoidance is the constant, it is a victim stance, right? And then a lot of them have manipulative tactics, which is also a victim stance, unwillingness to see, which is why the high priestess is strong here, because hidden knowledge, you need to see who you are and how you're showing up and deal with the internal battle, right? The karmic cycles, you're constantly in the same cycle and then expecting something different, and nothing is changing. Nothing is changing. And so, you know, writing this out, obviously not all every masculine's on different timelines. Some of them have seen this and it's more of the emotional body and coming more to peaceful terms with it, and then they've already cleansed some of this, but some of them are still stuck. And this is allowing some loving energy here to me, this message that the healing light is here, right? Imagine yourself surrounded by amber light, enveloping you in love, compassion, and protection. Let all unwanted thoughts and circumstances melt away. So for some of them, it's just like the need to still thinking about it. It's the guilt. Some of them may have released, and yet there's guilt. And so here, now it is now safe to let go of the survival mechanism of worrying that I may be missing something that may hold the key to my safety and success. I choose to remember that when I trust myself to be choosing to focus on what deserves my attention and presence most, I align myself with the path of least resistance. And this is the control, right? Strong masculine stubbornness, rigid stance. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself. So they worry too much is like this rigid stance of not trusting. They don't land in faith, and they need to let go of the survival mechanism of worrying that I may be missing something that may hold the key to my safety and success. When you land more in this space of trusting, you know, then there's no need to operate out of control and resistance. And that's what happens, you know, again, they are lessons. So there's comfort in these cycles. And I feel Spirit is wanting them to just be release masculines. No more comfort in the cycles. It's just a cycle, and it's part of the evolution to come to terms with that. Yes, the 3D world tends to recondition us and program us to feel this attachment, and that is the bound to the cycle, right? That is this devil energy, this boundness to comfort in old ways, and nothing is going to change unless you surrender. There will always be crossroads until you surrender. You will always be stuck until surrendered. And like, you know, say thank you and thank you for the lesson and goodbye. So let's see what I want. Let's see a guidance for the masculines, because this is good energy, masculines. You know, this is representing this beautiful ascension, as all of us feminines went through, that it's part of it. So here we have fire, someone who is passionate, fearless, and exuberant. And you have to really allow that illumination. Being that King of Wands, Queen of Wands, where you're trusting, there's fearlessness here, and there's comfort to know that you have more control of your soul's journey, because the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands have to do with our soul, our passions, the depths of who we truly are on an authentic level. And so it requires us to dive deeper. And then, of course, the rocky road. When the road gets rocky, overcome it or find a new path to your destination. And I feel like we've gotten this card before as well. And so it's always going to be this shaky, right? The small doses of dark night of the soul that's happening internally. And at this point, this is about really being fearless and taking a new stance and finding a new path or a new direction, and not staying stuck or stagnant because of comfort, even comfort with people, the people in our karmic cycles. There's comfort within our connections. You know, for some of you, it is a karmic partner, where it's a person you've been with, you don't know how to release, you don't know how to let go. For others of you, it could just be family and friends. And so this constant hamster wheel, it's like a hamster wheel, it truly is. Masculines are just in this, and it's out of guilt. A lot of them, it's out of guilt. So that is definitely a need to cleanse. So I want to pull some energies for the feminines, and then we're going to go into that lovely message that I love to pull for the feminine spirit. So what do we have here for the feminines? What is the guidance for our feminines right now? What is some energy for the divine feminines? I'm gonna leave it right there, because I knew I saw the Fool in the bottom, and this is that 0.0 that I'm talking about. Of course, the 8 of Cups. Wow, there goes that King of Wands energy, that fire energy that I feel like both of you have to take a stance on. And then, of course, feminines, you're in this High Priestess. They can't feel you. This is what I'm saying. They can't. This is your pullback. You're in such silence mode, really in your power with this King of Wands. Also strong masculine energy, so that means you don't need to be fueled by their masculine energy, because you're embodying strong masculine energy within your soul. So the depths of your soul with this High Priestess, you're so connected, and there's a freedom with this 8 of Cups that I'm feeling, right? There's that leaps, like you're like, whatever, you're just doing you. There's nothing to look back, no looking back. You're moving forward. And again, like I said in the beginning, feminines, I applaud you. So please keep that energy. You're doing amazing. It's a great feelings. Like I said, some of you will embrace walk-ins where there's new souls tapping in. Some of you will have soulmates, as in friends, that will come into your circle. And some of you will be a new person that will reignite you in a different way, but it's more in alignment because you're embodying this High Priestess. So it will be more in alignment with who you are, and you're open to it. You're more in this free energy where you are wanting to experience new things. You want new energy. You don't want the old. These cups, you're not looking back. You want fresh energy and change. So what do we have here? The White. Look at how gorgeous these cards are. I can never take it. I could see these cards all day. So this is the White Sage. I'm gonna read, usually there's extra words here. What does it say? Oh, she doesn't have any. So 23. All right, so the White Sage here. You have insight. Of course you do, feminines. You see things that others can miss. You understand that to see what is true, you have to look beneath the surface. Your soul is a sage, a wise one. You know the value of patience, even if it isn't always easy for you to be patient. You know that sometimes you must wait, but that the truth will always emerge eventually. So you don't need to rush in and try to figure something out. White sage comes to you when you need to know that the truth will become clear at the right time in a way that you will recognize. Trust your intuition and value your insight. Don't torment yourself with doubt because you think you've made mistakes in the past. Sometimes we need to have certain experiences and challenges in order to grow. And we are temporarily blocked by a higher power from seeing the truth until we are ready for it. And that's that point zero. So that's why you're not going to feel your masculine, because at this point, this is for you. This high priestess energy, white sage energy is for you. It's intentionally here so you can find, you don't have to go back to the old cycles. You're not looking back anymore. So for now, all you need is patience, honoring, and trust. At the right time, you will see and understand, and so in time will others. Don't lose your power to worries about anyone or anything. Be at peace with yourself and life. When the time is right, you will know what is true, what to do. The highest truth will shine through. And, that's that same energy. Like I said last week, the message, because I always keep the messages here. So last week, this is the way it's supposed to feel when you are integrating a new timeline, feminines. And so I felt you in the Four of Swords and High Priestess energy. And the other thing I mentioned here, the other thing I mentioned here is strong inner union and desire for peace and reducing the noise. This is your reinvention. So I'm going to leave it right there. My masculines and my feminines, obviously there's a lot going on in the 5D. A lot of this energy is taking place, but it's all good. And feminines, keep up the good work. Keep up your own ascension. Really embrace this beautiful, strong stance that you have within yourself, because it's only going to lead to rewards. So I love you, my divine masculines, and I love you, my divine feminines. Please like, share, subscribe, click that bell button if you enjoy my frequency. But remember to live always relentlessly in striving aspiration. This is the evolution of your soul, and I'm here to nurture you. Until next message. Bye.